Hi everyone, welcome back to my series on what it's like to grow up with a moderate to severe bilateral hearing loss. So please do not forget to subscribe and like this video if you do not want to miss future videos. So in this video, I'm going to be talking all about back to school. So one of the main tips that I suggest is to put hearing aid batteries on your child's back to school list. So if your child gets a supplies list, just add to the end hearing aid batteries because it's super important to have hearing aid batteries at school. Mine have run out countless times at school when I have not had any batteries, and so that's kind of annoying because then my mom has had to drive all the way to school to give me batteries. So definitely add hearing aid batteries to the supplies list. So the next thing that I would recommend is that if your child has an IEP or a 504 plan, get that communicated to the teachers and give the teachers a copy of it before the first day of school and make sure that they understand it. The more information you can give to their teacher before school starts, the better, because it's really important that your child's teacher knows and understands your child's hearing loss. So next, I'm going to talk about some of the accommodations I received with my IEP. So the first one is preferential seating, which is super important because especially with masks, I found it very difficult to sit at the back of the class when the teacher's wearing a mask because it definitely affects the way I understand and the way I comprehend what they're saying. And so sitting at the front of the class is definitely super helpful. So preferential seating is great, definitely recommend. The next accommodation that I'll talk about is extended time. So I use extended time on almost all of my tests. I really need it. I use almost all of it. And it's all about like language processing. So it takes people with hearing loss a extra second to kind of listen and think about like what someone is saying, but also for reading as well. I find that I take tests a little bit slower than other kids, and that's totally fine. And that's why I have extended time. And it's also super helpful for the SAT and the ACT as your child gets older, that they have extended time so it carries over. Another accommodation that is super helpful is getting the notes after every class, because when a teacher's lecturing and I'm taking notes, it can be exhausting sometimes, and I may miss things because I may be writing down what the teacher previously said while they're saying something else. So it's super helpful, and I highly recommend getting the notes for your child added to your IEP accommodations because it's definitely helped for me. Another IEP accommodation that I had when I was younger is listening breaks, because it can get exhausting, especially when I was younger, like trying to listen and trying to take it all in. So I would get listening breaks added to my IEP. So that was also very helpful, especially for younger children. Something that's been helpful for me on Zoom is closed captioning. Definitely helps for a teacher that mumbles a lot or like looks down, or if it's like not super clear. Closed captioning is definitely worth checking out on Zoom. So I've gotten a lot of questions about how socially I approach my classes with my hearing aids and like how I introduce them to the class, and kids are curious, you know. So I would bring in my mom in elementary school, and we would give the full demonstration. I'd get up in front of the whole class and I'd show them how it turns on and turns off, like show them how I put the battery in, because sometimes kids are just curious, like they want to know what's inside your ear, and once they know, it's like a cool scientific gadget. So giving that full explanation and like bringing in my mom has always been like something in elementary school that's always kind of helped get kids to know like what is inside my ear. So in elementary school, I used an FM system for a little while, but my classes were super small, so it didn't really make that much of a difference, but I could see how it could come in handy definitely for like bigger classes. And if you don't know what an FM system is, it's basically something that you attach to the ends of your hearing aids, and it's like a little microphone that the teacher wears, and they put it on their shirt, and it has a little microphone that they attach, and it just projects their sound right into your ears. And to be brutally honest, I was insecure about that. Like, kids would ask, like, why did you just give the teacher a box to wear on their shirt? Like, I don't know. It was never, like, my favorite thing, like, when the FM was brought out, but I could definitely see how it would be helpful for bigger classes and bigger settings. So that is all with the back to school information, but please let me know if you have any questions. And I just had the great honor to speak to a new dad who has a child with hearing loss, and it was actually a super powerful and enlightening conversation. And if anyone else has any like questions or even wants to talk to me, I'd be totally open setting up a FaceTime call. Just email me. I'll put my email in the description down below, and don't hesitate to reach out and we can always set up a FaceTime. I really hope that this video was helpful, and again, please do not forget to like and subscribe and comment with any questions or any future video ideas. And please go follow my Instagram at Here for Hope, and I hope you all have a great start to your year.